Hello my friends and welcome to the latest update from Ukraine. So today officially the operation in Belgorod Oblast ended. So it was yesterday and it is today. The Russian Legion of Freedom left that area. I expected them to stay in the Russian area for a few hours, but they stayed there for 2 nights. If we check the update, the enemy has regained the control of the area near to Davydov. The Davydov is over here. I thought that the natural obstacle like this river over here and this river over here will cause the Russian army to enter this area more slowly, but still this operation showed that Russians' borders are not protected. The soldiers of the Russian Legion of Freedom today gave the interview and they say that there was no resistance for a few hours from the Russian side. And after all, it's not a suicide mission. After Russia sent the reinforcements, they just left that area. Russia said that the Legion lost around 70 soldiers, but officially Legion says that they've lost 2 soldiers. And 10 soldiers got wounds. They also captured some Russian vehicles, ammunitions and 1 prisoner. And also it looks like they lost at least 1 vehicle. First of all, it is the informational success of that mission. Obviously the forces were backed up by the Ukrainian army. Not directly, officially, but we are playing the Putin's game as what he did on the eastern side of Ukraine, saying that those are just the local people who got their weaponry in the local stores, in the firearms stores, in the military bases. So the same story we say about the Russian Legion of Freedom and Russian Volunteer Regiment or something. The guys didn't expect that it would be that easy to get the territories under their control. They say that they could have gone to Belgorod, which is really not far away, but it was not their aim. And because they have the limited forces, they decided to come back. So as I say to you, this scenario is the only possible. The Russian army is just useless protecting their own territory. And for example, if Ukraine sends more forces, we can capture all of the Belgorod Oblast, Kursk Oblast, I think easily. The only thing why it is not happening is because of our Western allies that restrict our forces within the Ukrainian territory. I think for now it's the proper way to do it because we need to liberate our own territory, but I think it's just a matter of time then the war goes on the Russian territory full scale. And I guess that Ukraine will not go and fight in Russia, but we may provide some peacekeeper help in the Russian civil war just in case. Before we continue with the news, let me tell you about the partner and the sponsor of my channel, the Atlas VPN. Recently they came out with a huge deal for my followers, for my viewers, where you can get the Atlas VPN Premium for astonishing $170 per month. Plus you'll have 6 months for free. I have the proposals from many of the VPN services to change for them and to advertise them over here, but I decline all of that because I'm pretty much satisfied with the Atlas VPN. And let me tell you why do I think like that. Atlas also has awesome feature of the multiple devices support from the single account, so I use Atlas VPN on my iPhone, laptop and iPad. I always keep it on to make sure that my devices are protected. Then I have some free time I would like to watch my favorite series on the Netflix platform. So not only Atlas VPN gives me the permission to access any kind of series in my country which are blocked or not blocked, but it gives me fantastic streaming speed. Basically, there are no any changes in that parameter, whether Atlas VPN on or off. My friends, it was a game changer for me because before I tried many VPNs and this one is the fastest. And now please check out my personal link in the video description just below where you can get the Atlas VPN Premium for astonishing $170 per month plus 6 months for free. This deal was especially created for my followers and viewers. It is also time limited, so hurry up to join the club. So guys gave the interview today. It was the big conference just in the field. There were some of the international journalists presented. So I guess that you may search for the full interview in your country media resources. They say that they will continue those kind of operations in the future. A couple of months ago, the same group of people advanced to Bryansk Oblast. it wasn't that massive compared to today's advancement, and I think the scale will grow time to time. Then finally Russia would be forced to send the reinforcements to their border, taking the troops from Ukraine, because the most part of the Russian army is now in Ukraine. And probably it will be not just in Russia, but in Belarus as well, because I think we have more volunteers from Belarus than from Russia. They may do the same scale attacks on their territory. And today one of the ex-commanders generals of the Polish army said that Poland should be prepared for the civil war in Belarus. He said that the same events as in Belgorod may happen in Belarus territory, and he suggested to help the rebels in Belarus from the Polish side as Poland helps Ukraine. Alright, there will be the Ramstein meeting tomorrow. I expected that the question with F-16s will be solved in March, and now it's May, so I'm 2 months away from the forecast. But nevertheless, I'm still with my forecast that we'll have the fighter jets this year. The Russian surveillance ship was attacked today by the drone boats. The name of the ship is One Hurs. It's equipped with many of the radars and, as I say to you, it's used for surveillance. After it was attacked, Russia launched the smokes on a Kerch bridge. Later on they say that they're just testing out the system. And later on they published the video how they destroyed the drone boat. So I guess it is really a drone boat. It has the camera, the same drone boats that were used in Sebastopol before. So they aimed the drone and unfortunately, it exploded before reaching the ship. As you can see, the attack was conducted during the daytime. That makes the job for the turret more easier, but also they have thermal cameras, so it's not a big difference. So the ship could be intact. The ex-official representative of the United States of America in Ukraine, Kurt Walker, today said that Russian army is exhausted and unable to move forward. Well, we see it from the Russian rhetorics. Recently there was the interview with Prigozhin. He puts under the question the aim of this war in general. He says that the Ukrainian army is one of the strongest ones in the world. He said that they fought in Middle East and Africa, and there were many soldiers from all around the world, including Americans and French. But he says that Ukraine has something to fight for, their land. Indeed. Also, Prigozhin added that the outcome of this war is very pessimistic for Russia. The video from the factory in Germany, this is the Leopard 1A5 tank, which is, I would say, worse compared to the Russian T-72, especially B3 modification if we speak about the firearm, if we speak about the armor protection of the tank. I think that those tanks shouldn't be used at the first wave of the penetration, then we will go on a counterattack. Probably that is why we still don't have them in Ukrainian army. Leopard 2, Challenger 2 are more important. From the United States officials, we already know that our soldiers will go for the training on Abrams tanks next week. Netherlands approved a separate €260 million deal for Ukraine. They'll get 155mm artillery shells for that sum. For artillery shells, we have the significant breakthrough this year, so there's the separate deal for the European Union, Australia helps, United States, Canada, and we have the production of our own artillery shells in Ukraine. RIA Novosti, the resource that is sponsored by the Russian government, published the article that Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Zaluzhny, got wounded. Before they say that Zaluzhny lost his life, and now they say that he underwent a craniotomy, if I spelled it correctly, due to the head injury as a result of a Russian missile hitting the command post in May. This information has been dismissed by one of the Ukrainian officials who is the head of the National Security Bureau or something. If we check out Zaluzhny's Telegram channel, the official one, you may see that the latest post dated from 23rd of May. Yes, there is no video of his, just this post presented, but Zaluzhny is really not a public person, but sometimes he meets with volunteers and help them to raise the awareness of the Ukrainian army and their needs in the world. And one of the Ukrainian volunteers, this lady, published the photo with Zaluzhny saying that he is okay. But there's something behind where you can check the date. I don't know what is there, some sort of the glass or maybe the book. So it has 2 and 704. It's clearly seen on this picture. Probably it's the date 27th of April, which is quite old photo. Plus we have the different photo with the same volunteer, the same Zaluzhny wearing the same things, and this photo was published on the 2nd of May, so also long time ago. It means that those photos are definitely not fresh. The Russian intelligence chief Narishkin says that they start to obtain the information about Zaluzhny's health, but they are not sure about that information. And it is the Russian intelligence. They just probably read the telegram, that's it. So hopefully everything is okay with General Zaluzhny. The rumors about his death, about his wounds, spread around for a very long time. I think already for 2 weeks, and definitely there were no any public videos with Zaluzhny presented on them. Why do Russians spread this stuff? Because they want to demoralize Ukrainian army just before the massive counterattack. But the truth is that the Ukrainian army is very decentralized. Even if we somehow lose our main commander, Ukrainian army will not lose the fight. Plus we have Western advisors, analytics and generals who help our army a lot. And again, I just hope that Zaluzhny is okay. Just now something is happening at the Russian Ministry of Defense. There is just some smoke around their main building. The smoke even in the Russian Defense Ministry. It's a very bad habit. Wow. Alright, it seems like Zaluzhny is okay because the video with him presented was released on 19th of May, so just 6 days ago, and Russians claim that he was under attack at the beginning of May. 19th of May is not a beginning of May. We can just click on that resource to see the origin. So there's the video, he was presented online, but still he was over there. He was speaking with teachers and students in the academy, so it's great. Prigozhin again, so here we have him on this screenshot. It's the special meeting with the local territorial Russian defense. So they've took the example from Ukraine. At the beginning of the war, people were united in a special military groups. They call the territorial defense and they protect the area where they live. The same stuff was created in Russia, and I guess Prigozhin wants now to lead them. In that case, they may create the huge force equal to the Russian regular army. Prigozhin spoke with those people, called them to join not the Wagner army but the territorial defense, because in any case there will be one more big mobilization in the Russian army. And he says that the territorial defense is much better. So the conflict that we have seen recently between Prigozhin, Gerasimov and Shoigu is just the beginning. The British Defense Minister Ben Wallace attended Kiev today. During that meeting, one of the souvenirs was spotted. It's the Soviet-made Su-24 tactical bomber, and you may probably see the Storm Shadow cruise missile under its wing. Definitely it's the Storm Shadow. They appear rapidly in Ukrainian army and already do their job. Just posted on my Telegram channel. Yes, I do have the one, and you may find it also in the video description just below. So I posted that there is the fire in the Russian main defense building in Moscow, and some say that it's just the Photoshop or it's fake, but clearly it's the full video. Moreover, Russia confirmed that. According to Russia's official media resource, there is the fire in the Russian Defense Ministry building. The emergency services of Moscow confirmed that, and there are fire teams already on the place. And this one is coming from Odintsovo that we were talking about, so it's not the Russian Defense Ministry, it's the other one, but also very close to Moscow city. Japan agreed to transfer 100 military vehicles. Those are pretty much standard off-road vehicles, as you may see on that picture or maybe over here. Nevertheless, those are very important for our forces to be more mobile. My friends, now press the like to this video, and also don't forget to check my personal link in the video description just below, where you may get the Atlas VPN Premium for astonishing $170 per month plus 6 months for free. It is the best deal out there. I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.